Alrighty, so what's up everybody? I'm Cyberverse Prime and we're on our last Transformers Siege review, and this is the Commander class. Jetfire, Skyfire, whatever you want to call them. This to me is Skyfire. You can call him Jetfire, whatever you want. But yeah, this guy is absolutely freaking massive. Oh, man, I mean, he's a giant, and I'll do a comparison here in a minute with another big figure. Actually, let's go ahead and get into some size comparisons, actually. Alright, well, here he is next to Leader Earthrise Prime, which is a Voyager, Deluxe Bumblebee, Leader 86 Grimlock, and for like a medium, like car robot size deluxe, here he is with Autobot Hound. But there is one more thing I wanted to show you. Here he is next to Legendary Toys NPM04 Optimus, or LTO2, whatever you guys want to call him. I just thought this would be a fun size comparison because this is the closest figure. Actually, this is the exact same size as the ROTF Leader Prime. So this guy is actually bigger than the ROTF Leader, which is pretty amazing if you think about it. Alright, well that's it for size comparison, so let's get into accessories. And this guy comes with quite a bit. And when I mean a bit, I mean a ton of accessories. So, I will show you guys his armor mode. So what we can do is get him out of his gun holding pose. You can remove this for just a second. Takes a little bit of doing. Now, as you can see, yeah, my Autobot symbol is kind of scuffed up. So to prevent it getting more scuffed up, this is one of the features you can do with him. He can swap over to a Decepticon, which is cool. But to put on his armor, first you want to come to his chest and unlock these little tabs, which is, my mind copy very tight. Go ahead and put this armor piece on him. And I'm not going to lie, this, I believe, is supposed to evoke his original toy. So you go ahead and put that on. You put the mask on, which looks pretty badass. You got these dual barrel guns right here you can put on the side. Oh, shit. And I'll be right back and I'll armor him up. And here is Jetfire in his armor up mode, which looks pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty dope. Now with his gun, you can take it and split it apart. This gun here has a flip down handle, and now he can dual wield his rifles, which we have not seen this in the show, the Netflix cartoon, which is pretty weird that we haven't seen it yet. But honestly, I wouldn't have mind seeing this. This would have looked pretty badass in the show. This would have been pretty badass to have seen in the show. And of course, he can Bluish compatible. He came with these effects anyway, so he can Bluish. And yeah, so that's all for robot mode, and then we'll get into articulation once I de-armor him. Alright, so for articulation purposes, he has a universal joint. I don't know what kind, he's got a hinge joint up here at the head, which is really cool. He can twist from side to side. Ratcheted elbows, which is really cool. Ratcheted shoulders. Yeah, ratcheted elbows. Biceps, well, kind of bicep swivel. Wrist swivel, opening hand, and closing hand. I know that was kind of dumb to point out. A very, very slight waist rotation. On my copy, it's like insanely tight. Now, what really pisses me off with this figure is the fact that I don't know if he's supposed to have ratchet joints in his hips, but on mine he does not. And that's why he's all like loosey and all that other shit. I don't like that. That is my one gripe with the robot mode, is that there's no ratchet joints here in the legs. But it does have ratcheted hips forward and back, but not side to side, which is kind of weird. Kind of thigh rotation, knee bend, and ankle tilt. So, since we're basically done with all of the articulation, now let's go ahead and get into transformation. Now, if I pause the video here and there, it's only because of, well, time and the fact that this guy is actually quite involved with the transformation. First thing I like to do is come up to the chest and unpeg these pieces here. Come to the chest and lift this up. Rotate the nose cone. You kind of bend these out of the way. Rotate the head up. And the head will actually go into a little crevice. The head actually goes into these two spring-loaded panels right back here. Alright. Now, the arms are kind of a pain in the ass. Kinda, sorta. Yeah, they are. You want to close up the fists. You want to come in here and rotate this piece out. And then, I believe you want to rotate it all the way out. Dagnabbit. Now I can't remember. Hang on a second. Okay. Basically what you want to do is do what I did. Swing this out. Come into the wrist. Swing these out. Come here. Rotate the fist. And then completely slide it back behind there. And then kind of like the Earthrise or Siege figures or the Seekers, you use the double jointed elbows to flush that in. Okay, now go ahead and rotate this in here, and it should be, now there are pegs in here and there are ports right here on the arms. You want to make sure that the ports line up with those pegs, or else it's all pretty much screwed up. Get in there. Get up, wrong way. Make sure that piece is folded down. Sometimes this thing likes to fight me. Alright, so since you got them looking somewhat like this, go ahead, come to the back here, rotate this up, and then rotate them back to the front. You're going to want to rotate this piece and this piece out and clip these pieces together, and then go ahead and hinge down, I think, hinge down the wingspan, and it should end up looking like this. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side off camera, and we'll come back. Alright, now that I got the wings done, you can kind of see where we're coming from. Now, the legs. Now, what you want to do is basically do this, and then one of the pieces here opens. I want to say it's this piece. Yeah, it's this piece right here that opens up. Now, unless you, sorry about the noises, it's my brother. Ah, man. Usually, it doesn't give me this much of a problem. I might have to get a tool to do this. Maybe? Yep, I'm gonna have to get a tool. Sorry, guys, if this video is frustrating you a lot to watch. I apologize. I know how to transform them. It's just this guy likes to be picky. So basically what you want to do is, how I did it was, you want to come up here to the shin piece and unplug it, and then this piece should rotate out. Next, what you're going to want to do is leave it rotated down like this. And then what you're going to want to do is basically, well, slide this down actually. These little hip skirt pieces slide down like that. These pieces transform like the Combiner Wars figures. Come up to the top. Then make sure this piece back here is rotated the right way. Now, you're probably wondering, oh, this doesn't line up. Well, if you're not, this piece lifts up, extends back. There are, it's a peg and a port. Line those two up, peg them in together, line them up, peg them in. Fold up these bits here, take these pieces down here, swing them down, and I be damned, there you go. There is Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Commander Jetfire in his jet mode. And I have to say, this is a pretty badass figure. There was some landing gear somewhere. Oh yeah, you can come up to his knees, I think. Yeah, you can. You can come up to his knees and open up some landing gear. And of course, there's one right here. And he's got actual landing gear, which is really cool. Brings me back to like the leader class ROTF Starscream, how they incorporated landing gear into him. Now, as of the time of this recording, I personally don't know if you can put all the stuff that Jetfire comes with on the jet mode. Me personally, I rather don't do that when I transform in jet mode. But hey, this is how I would display him if he was in jet mode anyway. I think that's how everybody here most likely would. I guess, do I have any size compare? Yeah, I do. If you want to see how small he is, well, not small, I should say huge. There he is next to Siege Mirage and Earthrise Trailbreaker. Like, these guys are small. This guy is huge. This is like original, almost 2000 size, 2007, style, height, and mass and everything. I love this thing. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this review. If you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, please hit a like, comment, share, and subscribe button, and all those fun doodads. And I will see you guys in the next review, which will be probably in the subject of Transformers Prime. I'm not going back to Studio Series, not for a while actually. So, anyways, guys, there you go. Siege has been completed. Now on to Transformers Prime. By the way, peace.